What's good, YouTube? Clutch Moments back with another video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Houston Rockets are the most dangerous team in the NBA when they are fully healthy. As you see, James Harden, his overall drops in 2K, he has a hamstring injury, and Chris Paul at the beginning of the year, they are 27-11, and they haven't really had a long time playing together fully. Chris Paul was out for quite a few games at the beginning of the year, going out the first game with an injury. So now James Harden's hurt, but when they're fully healthy, I believe they are the most dangerous team in terms of depth. So over the past few years, we've seen a two-team dominance, right? So you had the Warriors and Cavs for 3 straight years in the finals. I mean, why would you not? There was not really a team out there that could really compete with either one of them. It was pretty much a walkthrough for both teams to get to the finals, which I think is a little more exciting now because we have a core four teams. You have the Boston Celtics, which might be the best team out of the four possibly, as in terms of depth. I see them in Houston kind of similar in terms of depth. You have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, a very underrated point guard, and Terry Rozier, who just had a nice night the other night against Minnesota, I believe. So they are very good. They're very good. So are the Rockets, though. You have Eric Gordon, Sixth Man of the Year, multiple times. You have Ryan Anderson, a very good role player. Clint Capella, a very underrated center. You have good players like that. And of course, you have Chris Paul, the acquisition, which we'll get into all of that. And if I were to pick one, I'd pick the Rockets. This is why. So, since the 16th of November, this is when Chris Paul was healthy, James Harden was healthy, right? So you have your two-headed monster, right? All the way till late December before Harden got hurt. We're ending right when he gets hurt. That's right when we're ending the scoring per game. They led the NBA in scoring at 118 points per game, which is basically Warriors' number from last year. The Warriors averaged 119 for the year last year. Warriors are averaging 112 this year. So it took a little bit of a dip. So Houston also leads the league in team efficiency, which is a very key stat. They are having a really progressive year in terms of team efficiency. They jumped a whole 13 points. As you see teams out of the core four, the other three teams of the core four, you see Boston, Golden State, and Cleveland all are having negative team efficiency seasons compared to last year. And the Rockets' biggest weapon is Chris Paul. And a lot of people thought it was a head scratcher having two ball dominant guards, but with the offensive mastermind Mike D'Antoni, he's put them in situations where they can really dominate the whole game. And the reason why is Chris Paul and James Harden don't have to be on the same court at the same time. They're still really good when they're on the same court, but he's literally put them in a situation where you're almost having an elite player on the court for a whole 48 minutes. Chris Paul can come in and play with the second team and make them better, while James Harden's on the first team. It's amazing. It's smart. The Houston Rockets were geniuses for making this move. I never even looked at it this way. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't. Chris Paul is really, so you're talking about Chris Paul versus Sean Livingston on the second team, say in the finals, right? That's a big dip. That's a big dip in talent. No offense to Livingston, but you have Chris Paul. Their second team, I would definitely take that over the Warriors' second team, right? They have a very good second team, and Houston is just a really depth team. So you have an all-star on the court basically the whole game, which is pretty incredible. So like I said, you have a great player like Eric Gordon, who's kind of having I say a little bit of a down year so far, but he'll get it going. Ryan Anderson, great shooter. Trevor Ariza, he's always been a nice player off the bench. I'm a Mavericks fan. He's a Mavericks killer. He'll come out there and drop 20 every game off the bench and just not miss. They're a really good team. Now, defense could be a little bit of a problem, even though Chris Paul's a very elite defender. Harden's definitely been better over the past year. Capella's a good defender. Ryan Anderson's very shaky on the defensive end. Gordon's a pretty good defender, but once you get to the bench, it's where you can really expose their defense. But their defense, it's you can hold them off. That's where you can play. Like the Warriors are the number one team in the defense, of course, again this year, and they're second offense, I believe. So they're gonna have to put in more work on the defensive end. As we know, D'Antoni's not really known for his defense, offense. He's an offensive mastermind, but I think they will be okay. I think when they get fully healthy, and this is a new this Chris Paul and James Harden, this is their first year, and they were just putting it together. So we're gonna see what happens with this team. I think Houston is that team that can really change history. You know what I'm saying? We don't. I'm kind of getting sick of seeing Golden State and Cleveland. I want something fresh, something really fresh in the playoffs because we all knew we already know what's gonna happen. I think it's good for viewers and not everything. So that's it for this video, guys. Leave a like. Tell me what I should do next, or I mean, just give me suggestions. I mean, it can help, and I'll do it. I'm having a blast writing this stuff. All right, guys, I'm out.